I've had to move a few times in New York, though. One time because of bed bugs. Have you guys had them? Bed bugs are aggressive. They just attack you until you break your lease. There's no way to stop bed bugs. I think that's my message here tonight. I did figure out a way to slow them down, though. I introduced ladybugs into my apartment. Now, the ladybugs don't kill the bed bugs, but they wear them down emotionally. That joke does good with about half the crowd. The other half doesn't like it so much. I put that joke on Twitter. I got attacked worse than I got attacked by bed bugs.
I do take care of myself. I try. I've been trying. I eat a lot of Tums. Tums are very good. I don't know if you've had Tums lately. They've gotten, last 10 years have been special. It's borderline top 5 candy in the country right now. I give it out on Halloween. It's gotten so good. They just came out with orange cream. I don't know if y'all get the same emails I do, but new flavor just dropped. It's orange cream Tums. Half of them are orange, half of them are cream. And then you can kind of mix and match. That's what Tums does. They let you decide, you know, how strong do you want to go, right? You can go all orange today, live it up. But at some point, you got to go all cream. Is this relatable? What I do, I got a system. I do 2 orange, 1 cream. I put some M&Ms in there. I shake it up. It's good. It's tearing me up, but I'm enjoying the ride.
So nice to be here. I love Asheville. It's the only place where I've seen a redneck and a hippie, and it's the same person. You know what I mean? Like, is that a tie-dye gun holster? I think the drum circle just played Freebird. Wow. Feels good. Feels nice.
If there's an important document, I don't have it. I'm a constant disappointment to the DMV. Sir, do you have your social security card? I haven't seen that in 30 years. Sir, it's an important document. Well, then you guys shouldn't have printed it on a gum wrapper, okay? At least the passport people made a book out of their thing. It's got pages and a cover, and yes, I lost that one too, but I shouldn't have. Sir, do you have your birth certificate? My birth certificate? That document is 54 years old. I also don't have the Declaration of Independence.
Babies are being born. Nothing to do about that. I've tried. They keep coming out. And problem is we don't get to go in the hospital and check out all the new babies anymore. Before the pandemic, we could just make our way into any hospital we wanted and just be like, where are the babies at? And they have to show you. So now we don't know when babies are being born. It's hard to even know it's happening unless we're on Instagram. Right? That's how we find out babies are being born, on Instagram. People have a baby and then they post a photo of it on their Instagram page. They put the baby's name. If we're lucky, they put the weight. But they don't always put the weight. Which is just like, just tell us, you know? You're gonna get a DM from me. And you're gonna feel real dumb. Just tell us what your baby weighs. But they always give us the name. And what do you do with that on Instagram? What do you guys do? Do you like it? Not me. I love it. I take that baby's name and I get that baby a Gmail account is what I do. Just that baby's name at gmail.com with no underscores, no periods, no numbers. It's the way God wanted Gmail to be, right? Pure. Without sin. No numbers, you know, no underscores. You know, sin. I'm holding on to about 47 baby Gmail accounts right now. But I'm not a monster. I do not keep them forever. I wait 6 months. I let the family get home. I let them get a sleep schedule going. I let them feel like they're out of the woods for a second. And then on a Wednesday night, around 8:30 p.m., they're gonna get an email from their baby. It's a very simple email. No subject. All body. Which is how I like my babies. And it just says, let me know when you want to talk money.
Diversity, guys, that's the name of the game in show business now. My manager calls me up. He's like, Mike, is there anything in your background that could give us some much needed diversity? I go, well, I'm 100% Italian. Does that help? He goes, actually, that hurts us a lot. So if you could not mention that again, that would be a big help. Then he's like, what about what's going on inside of you? Is there any diversity there? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, with your feelings. Like, sometimes do you feel like a woman that is trapped inside of a man's body? Because that's a story we could tell. I'm like, no, that's not really happening. But I was born C-section. So I was a man who was trapped inside of a woman's body.
I've been married 3 years now, and I love being married. When I'm on the road, I see men talk to women in the wild, and it's crazy. I was checking in at a hotel, woman behind the counter, very pretty, and the guy in front of me is being a creep. I'm watching him. I'm 20 feet behind him, but I can hear it go down, right? He's checking in, and the woman goes, do you have any preference of what floor you stay on? And I swear to y'all, this guy leans forward. He goes, what floor are you staying on? She goes, I'm not. I work here. I don't stay at the hotel that I work. Do you think I'm a guest just chipping in down here in the lobby? Is that honestly how you think we staff this La Quinta? You think you gotta be the lifeguard tomorrow? I don't stay at the hotel that employs me, you moron. So he walks away, tail between his legs, rightfully so. Now I'm up next, right? I saw the whole thing go down. So I was like, okay, I'll bond with her over what a creep the last dude was. So I'm checking in, and she says, how many room keys do you want? 1 or 2? So I go, how many room keys do you want? And she did not get the reference at all, dude. I looked way worse than the first guy, if I'm being honest. The look on her face, she's like, they just keep coming in today. I mean, is there a creep convention in town? What's happening here?
I got into sports gambling over the pandemic, and a lot of people say that's addictive, but to me it's just kind of a rush like no other. It's not addictive. I mean, sure, sometimes I'll engage in short-term stimulus despite long-term adverse results. It's not addictive. It's just something that engages my mind night and day and ruins my relationships.
You know what I'm talking about? The organic peanut butter? It's got like an inch of oil on the top of it. Looks like a science project on the grocery shelves. You know, well, Greg, that's how peanut butter naturally settles. Well, then cover it up. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah? Greg, your peanut butter has preservatives in it. That's why it doesn't do that. Yeah, that's exactly why it doesn't do that. Yeah? Maybe we're trying to preserve people's appetites, right? Like, Greg, you just take a knife and you stir the jar and the oil goes away. Oh, now I'm supposed to help you make the peanut butter? Why don't you just hand me a bag of peanuts and a hammer next time? I'll smash them up myself. Me eater, you maker.
I have things I'm too young to have. I have sleep apnea. I gotta wear a CPAP machine to... Thanks. We gotta stick together out here, man. I clocked you when you walked in. I'll say that. I knew I had some kinfolk out here. These people don't get it, man. We gotta plug into a wall to sleep. Think about that. We need electricity to dream. There's stuff you can't do, right? My buddy invited me camping. He's like, you wanna come on a camping trip? I was like, do you want to carry a car battery through the woods? Because I need an outlet. When I got diagnosed, I had to go to a sleep doctor. He told me, Aaron, don't worry. Sleep apnea is not always weight-related. Oh, neat. Is it weight-related for me? For sure. But, yeah, I'm just saying, I thought you'd find it cool. Not everybody earned it. I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. I'm 32. I'm married. I'm not trying to impress y'all. I'm trying to breathe. I don't even know if it's my fault. They say head size is an indicator. If you have a big head, you probably have sleep apnea. So, yeah, y'all don't have to look around right now, but at some point tonight, peek around your table. You know, I walked in the sleep doctor's office. I got a big head. He sees me. He goes, bingo. I was like, oh, dude, let me...
My new fear, now that COVID has subsided, is being pushed onto the subway tracks. I don't know if you guys get our news here in Nashville, you know? The Nashville Tribune or the Nashville Inquisitor. I'm not sure what your paper is called. But we're pushing each other on the subway tracks. And the big problem is you don't know who's going to push you. If it was one person, we could strategize around that individual, but it could be anybody. And I'll tell you what the answer isn't. Asking each person on the platform if they're thinking about pushing. Because I saw a guy who looked suspicious and I said, "Sir, you don't look right. Are you thinking about pushing?" He goes, "I wasn't before you mentioned it. But to be honest, now that you brought it up, it sounds like it might be refreshing." Yeah, guys, it's pushing season. So I just assumed I'm getting pushed, you know. Every time I'm on the platform, I get in a stance. Knees slightly bent, head on a swivel. You know, good form, getting ready to get pushed. Because I feel like if I get pushed, a lot of the trains are delayed. I can pop back up. Now I'm in that guy's head, you know? So no one talks about the pop-up. You're ready to get pushed. And you get pushed and you pop back up. It shows that guy I'm resilient, right? He's just gonna push me in front of a train, dog. Am I relating to some of the younger people that way? Maybe, should I say dog at the end of the jokes? It's just, I'm trying to relate to the Gen Zs. So I'm on the platform, knees slightly bent, head on a swivel, ready to get pushed. I see a guy I know, he's a waiter at one of the clubs I work. I go, "Hey man, what's up? How was your pandemic?" He goes, "Pretty good." I go, "Are you going back to work soon?" He goes, "I don't do that anymore. I sell Bitcoin now." He goes, "Do you know what Bitcoin is?" I go, "I don't think anyone actually knows what Bitcoin is." He goes, "Well, let me explain it to you." And about 5 minutes into the explanation, I was like, "I'd rather you just push me onto the tracks." So now I'm taking Lyft, and I know you guys probably don't take Lyft, you know, because you guys have cars. So, I'm sorry, trucks. I don't like Lyft, you know. I like to put in where I'm going. I want Lyft to give me the price and how long it's going to take to pick me up. And Lyft initially does that, but then they start negotiating, and I don't like that. They're like, "Hey, Mike, instead of picking you up in 4 minutes, how about we knock $1.75 off and we pick you up in 22 minutes? Would that be cool?" No, Lyft, that would not be cool. I'm in a dangerous neighborhood. I might not be alive in 22 minutes. Well, how about we knock $4 off and we send you a car with a driver who may or may not be drunk? You might have to actually drive. How about we knock $8 off and we just send you a guy, no car? I go, "Is this even Lyft anymore? This feels like Grindr. This feels like a gay hookup app. And I am not gay. But I do love a discount. So I guess it's decision time for me." And how much feedback does Lyft need? I'm flying out of LaGuardia, which is one of our airports in New York. I fly out like at 6 a.m. I get to the airport, my phone's blowing up. I'm like, who's calling me this early? Who's texting me? It's Lyft with a bunch of questions. How was the ride? rate the driver, review the ride, give him a tip, give him a compliment. I'm like, oh my God. I wanted a ride to the airport. I didn't want to become a foster parent. How much work is this? So I just did it old school, verbally. I go, Farik, his name was Farik. I say to him, I go, Farik, 4 out of 5 stars. You got me to the airport beautifully, but you were yelling at your wife in Farsi the entire trip. And I feel obligated to tell you that yelling is toxic and problematic. It's no longer ethnic. It is now toxic and problematic. Have you guys been flying during the Pandisi? The Pandas? The Pandas. But all my flights have been delayed because they're cleaning and sanitizing the plane. That's what they say. We're cleaning and sanitizing every part of the plane. And it's like, can you get there 15 minutes early to clean and sanitize? They go, no, we're cleaning and sanitizing. That's the reason for our delays. Nobody overslept. We're cleaning and sanitizing every part of the plane. So I get on the plane and I head to the emergency row. That's where I sit. I'm a hero. And there's crumbs in my seat. So I go to the flight attendant. I go, did you clean and sanitize the plane? She goes, we cleaned and sanitized every part of the plane. I go, what'd you clean it with, cookies? And then I was going to ask for seat reassignment. If you're not comfortable in the emergency row, you guys know that you can do that. You can ask for a seat reassignment. But have you ever asked for seat reassignment? They get real mad. You get more support asking for gender reassignment than you do for seat reassignment. I don't want you to think that I don't follow the rules. I do follow the rules. My problem is when someone is trying to exert power over me. I don't like that. If it's just the rules, I'll follow them. But when someone's trying to exert power, I buck. Example, I'm flying out of John F. Kennedy Airport. It's one of the airports we have in New York. So I'm taking my little bag, you know. I never check luggage. I have 5 outfits like this. So I take my little bag. Before I even get close to the woman, she goes, you're gonna have to check it. You're gonna have to check that. You will have to check it. And I go, but it's my emotional support bag. I have things in there that I need for emotional support. I watch you guys let people take dogs and pigs and chickens onto the plane. I would like to take my emotional support bag on. She goes, sir, that's not real. I go, apparently, miss, you don't know that much about mental health. Because it's very real. Now, I have a letter from my doctor. And I gave her the letter, and she read it, and she goes, this letter is fake. And I go, I know, I'm a liar, that's part of my disability. I need my emotional support bag. I have things in there for emotional support. She goes, there's a metal contraption next to the door. If you can fit your bag in that metal contraption, you could take it on the flight. So I try, guys, like 20 times, and it's not fitting. Yet I know that it will fit in the overhead compartment. This is a setup. So I have to take my bag back to her, defeated. And she goes, I'm very sorry, but like I said, you're gonna have to check your bag. I go, I don't think you are very sorry. I think you're quietly celebrating. And then there was a joke, you know, there was a joke to be made, so I made a joke. I go, I know this is John F. Kennedy Airport, but you're treating me like Lee Harvey Oswald. You know, give her a little shot, give her a little shot. Shot. She goes, be that as it may, sir, you will have to check your bag. I go, it's not even my bag. A stranger asked me to bring it onto the flight. And I'm trying to do somebody a solid. And this is what kindness gets at John F. Kennedy Airport? She goes, sir, what's so important that you have to take your bag on? What's in the bag? I go, I could tell you, but you're not going to understand. She goes, try me. I go, inside the bag is Bitcoin. And she goes, what's Bitcoin? I go, well, let me explain it to you. And about 5 minutes into the explanation, she was like, just get on the plane. Take your stupid bag on the plane.
When I was in college, I worked at a comedy club, okay? And it was owned by this guy named Freddie DeMarco. He was 100% New York Italian, and he owned a bar in the middle of Missouri. It seemed a little witness protection type stuff, but nobody asked questions. Freddie was good to me. He treated me like a son. He was a mentor to me. In my senior year of college, I went to him. I said, Fred, I think when I graduate, I want to be a stand-up comedian. He's like, Craig, I don't know, man. You're a wrestler, man. You're a wrestler. Comedy and wrestling, Greg, they're very different things. I'm like, yeah, Fred, I wasn't planning on wrestling the audience. Like, let me make a couple of calls, Greg. I can't promise you anything. I don't know. And then he did. He's a really cool guy. He set me up with a job in Chicago, and he was going to get me introduced in the Chicago club scene. But I told you guys, I took that job at Procter & Gamble. I chickened out, and I had to tell Freddie. Like, Freddie, I took a job at Procter & Gamble. Greg, why would you do it? Man, you're going to be bored, Greg. I just fell asleep between the words Procter and Gamble. No, Fred, it's a good job. They're giving me a company car. Yeah, they give me a company car, right? That's how they trick you into being bored. You really want to sell soap the rest of your life? I'm like, I'm not selling soap. I'm actually selling peanut butter. Oh, why didn't you say so, Greg? I mean, that's an entirely different situation there. Here I think you're selling soap, but you're selling peanut butter. That's going to be a lot of excitement, Greg. I mean, think all the fun you're going to have with peanut butter. I mean, creamy one day, crunchy the next day. Greg, get in your company car and drive it off a cliff. At least you'll have 5 seconds of fun before you hit the ground. Here, come on. I worked there for 10 years, and I told you guys, I loved it. I told you guys I did, but I could never get comedy out of the back of my head, and one day I did a crazy thing. Like, I went into my boss's office, and I just quit. And Freddie was my first call, because I knew he was the only one that would understand. I go, Freddie, I did it. I quit P&G. I'm going full-time comedy. Craig, why would you do that? That's a good job, man. They gave you a company car. You said it was boring. I said that a long time ago, Greg. I mean, you're not a young guy now. I mean, your life's almost over. You're supposed to be bored, Greg. I mean, get a hobby. Play golf or something. You don't quit your job. I mean, comedy is a tough business, Greg. I mean, people don't need comedy, Greg. You know what they need? Peanut butter. They need peanut butter. There's a lot of stability in peanut butter, Greg. I tell you what, use your head. I mean, come on. I still talk to Freddie probably twice a month. I love him, but I hear him every day in the back of my head. That's the voice. You guys have a voice when you mess something up? That's Freddie. When you regret something. I woke up the other day and I was like, I don't feel good. Yeah, of course you don't feel good, Greg. You ate an entire rotisserie chicken at 11:30 at night. You shoved the whole thing in your fat face in 6 minutes, Greg. I think you ate the rubber band that holds the legs together. I mean, come on. Greg, you get hungry, have a snack. Don't eat an entire barnyard animal. I mean, come on, Greg. Those things are made for a family of 5, not one man standing naked in the front of the refrigerator at 11:30 at night, shoving chickens into his fat face, rubbing chicken grease over God knows what. Greg, you make me sick. I hope you saved the wishbone. You're going to break it apart and wish you were somebody with self-respect. I want to be clear, that's not Freddie, that's me talking to myself. Like this is what goes on in my head every day. I should probably talk to somebody. I should get some help. I don't know. I could get help. I could, I didn't tell you guys, I have health insurance. I have it, and I pay a lot. It goes up every year. I didn't even do anything to those guys last year. And I pay a lot for health insurance, but guess what they give me? A card. I got a health insurance card. It's great, man. It's plastic, full-on plastic. It's flexible. It's very nice. But I mean, for what I'm paying, I want more than a plastic card. I want like a guy. I want a full-time health guy just to follow me around in case something comes up. I'll be at Walgreens. Mr. Warren, what coverage do you have? Tell him about it, Tony. It's my guy. Pick up some toothpaste, Tony. I'll be in the car. I got a guy. Every time I call my health insurance company, the first thing they say is, "What's your group number?" Well, I didn't know I was in a group, but I'm definitely not getting a group discount. Like, what group did you put me in? I'm guessing by how much you're charging me, you put me in a group with some very unhealthy people. Like, I want to meet the group. I want to meet them. I want to go to the group meeting. I think my group is going to be me, some guy eating a mashed potato sandwich, that monkey that smokes cigarettes in the North Korean zoo, and a corpse. That's my group right there. We're not an insurable group. My health insurance company is called Cigna. You know, Cigna. Yeah. I've noticed a lot of these health insurance companies end in the letters N-A. You know, like Cigna, Aetna, Humana. That stands for, hey, is this covered? Nah. I have Cigna Bronze. That, you know, that's my insurance package or whatever. That's my level. And it sounds pretty good. You know, like bronze, that's third place in the Olympics. But my insurance would be third place in the Olympics if there were 3 guys in the Olympics. Like in the insurance game, bronze means the worst. Like every time I use it, I hear Freddie in the back of my head, "Hey, put that card away, man. Why don't you show him your Blockbuster video card? It's going to be better than that. Come on, Frank. Yeah, you should have kept selling peanut butter. You might have silver." I tried to use it. I call this podiatrist. You know, I go, "Hey, I got to see Dr. Fisser." They were like, "Dr. Fisser does not take bronze level insurance." I was like, "Okay, I'll just go somewhere else." They're like, No. We have a doctor here that does take bronze level insurance. I was like, wait a minute. Different doctors within the same practice take different levels of insurance? I'm betting that means they are different levels of doctors. And I'm not getting the good one, am I? My podiatrist is just going to be some guy who's like licking my feet, you know, playing this little piggy. "Hey, what are you doing, man?" "Hey, sorry, brother, you're bronze. What did you expect, a real doctor?" "I'm the custodian, man." By the way, you know, like podiatrist, that seems that just seems weird. Like, you went to like 12 years of college and you just want to look at feet? What percentage of podiatrists do you think are foot weirdos? I would say right around 100. And if you're a foot weirdo, you have a lot of options in this world. If you're a foot weirdo and you did well in school, podiatrist. If you're a foot weirdo and you flunked out, Foot Locker. Like it I talk about this stuff. I had some health stuff a while ago. It wasn't like overly serious, but it was bothering me. I had some stomach problems, okay? And I went to the doctor. It was a good doctor, and he gave me some pills, and it didn't work. And I went to like 2 more doctors. They gave me pills, gave me tests. Nothing worked. And I started getting depressed. And my friend was like, "Hey, you should go see a holistic doctor." I'm like, "Oh." Are you talking about like, woo? I'm not going to see a witch, okay? And then my stomach hurt for 6 more weeks, and I was like, "I'm going to see the witch." And I went, and like I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to a witch before. Right off the bat, it was different. She goes, "Call me by my first name. Call me Dr. Olivia." I was like, that does not sound official to me. Like if I was in court and I heard for the prosecution, District Attorney Randy, I'd be like, no, this guy is not a real prosecutor. You know? But here's the thing, I'll call Dr. Olivia whatever she wants me to call her because she is a miracle worker, okay? She healed me. You want to go nicknames? What up, gut fixer? Like, I love Dr. Olivia. She changed my life. Now, I need to tell you, witches, they charge. Like, she's expensive. Like, witches charge, and I should have known, because every time I walk in this place, there's like 3 pretty girls standing behind this nice desk. Greg Warren, it is so nice to see you. Oh, this is going to cost me. Pretty girls being nice to you? That's usually very expensive. Like, I've been to the regular doctor. That is not how it works. You walk in, they slide the window open about a half an inch. Sit down, fill out the forms. If you have any questions, call your mama. You're like, oh. She doesn't sound nice or pretty. Like, she sounds like a $12 copay. I can afford this. So Dr. Olivia charges, you know, it's just, she does. But I was like, okay, I got insurance, let's give it a whirl. So I send it to Cigna, and they're like, she's a witch. I'm like, she's a good witch, okay? She's like Stevie Nicks. They won't pay her. They won't pay her. Now, part of the reason they won't pay her is Dr. Olivia did not go to med school. Just hear me out. By training, she's a chiropractor, okay? But she spent 15 years learning as much as she could about advanced gut health, and it worked. I went to the med school guys. She beat them in a stomach fixing contest, okay? Fair and square. I don't care if she learned it at clown college. It worked, you know? They won't pay her. They won't pay her, and it's killing me. I got to pay her, and I got to pay the insurance company and not use the insurance, and I'm going broke, and I think the only solution is I'm just going to have to pay for Dr. Olivia to go to med school. It's going to be cheaper. Like, she's not going to want to go. I'm like, you go, Olivia. You go. And if I'm paying, I want to see your grades every week. Greg, you're not following your diet. Well, you got a D in ankle class, Olivia. I don't know what med school classes are like. I assume it's body parts. I mean, here's the thing. I bet you in 20 years, they're going to pay for that stuff. The insurance company will catch up. It's like back in the day, they were probably like, anesthesiology? We don't pay for that. We pay for the pint of whiskey and the stick that you bite down on, and that's it. And I gotta pay for others. I gotta pay for these probiotics. You know what that is? It's like probiotics. There's a war in my stomach between good bacteria and bad bacteria, and I'm sure you've heard wars cost money. You know, like, and my good bacteria costs $100 a bottle. But here's the good news. Like, I read the bottle. Each pill on the bottle contains 360 billion colony-forming units. So per colony, very affordable. I'm getting a deal. I'm getting a deal on these colonies. I tip her. Hey, here's an extra 50. Thanks for the colony. Okay, so you guys can tell I'm a big fan of holistic medicine now. I'm a believer, but I need to warn you, okay? Be careful. Like, holistic medicine encompasses a lot of stuff. Like over here, you have Dr. Olivia, proven stomach fixer, okay? Over here, you have some idiot on YouTube. Hey, if you get a cold, don't take cold medicine. Chop up some onions, chop up some garlic, wrap it around your feet with saran wrap, put a sock over it, go to bed, wake up, no cold. That's a real video, all right? And I did it. It's embarrassing for 6 months. Like, I did it probably 12 times, a lot. It was, I know, I just got carried away, and like, I travel every week, okay? You know how hard it is to cut an onion with an ink pen in a hotel room? Like, and the grocery stores close early. Like, sometimes I'm doing a show late, I gotta go buy a bag of Funyuns at the hotel gift shop, crunch them up, and I know. And I get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I got up when you know how hard it is to walk on onions and garlic and saran wrap? I fell down. Okay? And there was a full-length mirror, and I saw myself. It was ugly. It was very pale skin, and underwear, and onions and garlic all over the place. And all I could hear was, "What are you doing, man? You're walking around with a soup starter kit on your feet."
I had a big birthday last year. I am born in October, Scorpio, and people have bad impressions of Scorpios. They say things like Scorpios are full of revenge and jealousy. They've been saying that to me since I was 7. They're like, "You're wild in the sack." You're like, "Am I?" And then you just grow into it, you know? But I'm tired of horoscope prejudice. I am tired of it. And one thing you can do is I wrote down an evil historical figure for all of the other 11 star signs. So then when they give me guff, I can be like, "Oh, and you're a Capricorn? Those are good. Kim Jong-un is a Capricorn. So that's a good one. Good for you. Way better than me." What's your horoscope, sir? Gemini. Right on. Let me see what we got here. Gemini. Ever heard of Jeffrey Dahmer? Watch out for this guy. How about you, sir? What's your star sign? Aries. Kim Jong-un's dad. And Logan Paul. Ouch. That hurts. That one stings. Anybody feel like you have a perfect horoscope? I see a hand over here. Leo, known for seeking attention. Yes. First hand up, just like Hermione in Charms. Mussolini. Roman Polanski. Watch out for her. I saw another hand right behind her.
Yeah, we're Leos too.
Oh yeah, both the Leos. Not one other hand in the room. That's beautiful. Horoscopes, they're so real, right? They're kind of true if you think about it. There's something to it. Yeah, it's because people have been telling them they want attention since they're 5 years old. And they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess I do." We'll do one more. Okay, how about you, sir? Aquarius, rare, 1 in 12. Very rare. Jeff Epstein. Watch out for that guy. Yeah, I don't feel old, but I did recently identify a bird, and that doesn't seem good. Is that a whippoorwill? Why do I care? And why do I have binoculars? I got into bird watching over the pandemic, went down to Central Park. At first I did it ironically. I was like, I'm so alone. 2 hours later, I'm like, Martha, look at that owl. Gorgeous. She's like, that's a robin. I'm like, I'm new. New kid on the block. But that is gorgeous. And I actually met a professional bird watcher. He gives birding tours. And I said, that sounds like a fun job. And he goes, well, you get a lot of egos. In bird watching? And he explained that people will brag about how many birds they've identified in their career. And the best part is how they verify they've seen a bird is they just say that they did. So I've seen every bird. Prove I haven't. All 10,000. Oh yeah? Where'd you see the cinnamon-breasted toady tyrant? Asheville. They only live in Tasmania. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, weird. Here? Check. But if you ever meet an arrogant birder, you could actually have more fun if you went too low with your number. If they're bragging, just be like, I've only seen 2. Well, you've seen more than 2 birds. I wish. Yeah, it's just been pigeons and crows for me. It's super bad at it. How long have you been bird watching? 4 years. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong places or what. I've seen chicken nuggets, but that doesn't count. I don't know. I like what PETA is doing. They're trying to remove animal violence from figures of speech. They want us to stop saying kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and they want us to replace it with feed 2 birds with 1 scone. And that's so sweet. And I could almost see it meaning sort of the same thing. And I want all of us to implement it immediately. The next chance you have, no explanation. Hey, while you're grabbing gas, could you grab some milk as well? Feed 2 birds with 1 scone. What? Just grab some milk with the gas, would you? 2 birds, 1 scone. But birds, a lot of them are gluten intolerant, so if you feed 2 birds 1 scone, you could kill 2 birds with 1 scone. Yeah. The violence remains. And I spend a lot of time in coffee shops. I know I didn't need to say that out loud to you, but I do. And scones will get rock hard about 2 hours after they were fresh. So you could even kill 2 birds with 1 scone, stone style as well. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I mean pet a cat. More than one way to pet a cat, this way and that. Tail and back. Whiskers. You can kill a bunch of birds if you have 1 cat. Mm-hmm. You sure can. You sure can. I was just in Arizona and somebody told me to go see the petroglyphs. I didn't know what those are. We get out there, they're these ancient rock drawings, and there's a plaque that says, unfortunately, there's no way to translate what these mean today. However, this little squiggle might be a snake, and you're like, yeah, I could see that. And then they go, and this little circle might be a portal into another world. Wow, you really took some liberties on that one. No way to translate, but you're gonna guess portal. Off of that. Okay. You're not gonna guess that they were drawing a circle or the sun? Portal. All right. And this lady, I didn't see her standing right behind me, and she goes, "Don't you wish we could take a time machine and ask them what they really meant?" And I think that's why I don't love talking to strangers. Because you have to be polite. You can't be honest and be like, actually, that would be a dumb reason to time travel. Spend trillions of dollars on fuel. Hey, we're here from the future. Me and this lady. We were so curious about this rock doodle that you did on this rock. Is that a snake? We're from the future. I was trying to draw a worm. It's a worm. Good thing we time traveled, Martha. Well, we're gonna head back to our time machine. Right through this circle. He's like, whoa. Cool portal. Wow, wrong about the snake, right about the portal. Didn't see that coming, Plaque. Didn't see it coming. Anytime time travel comes up, it's always a short walk to the baby Hitler paradox. Some of you familiar? It's the ethical debate. The ethical debate. Would it be better to, if you time traveled back to the moment Hitler was a baby, would it be better to kill baby Hitler or let him live? Classic ethical paradox. What would you do, sir? It's Hitler. You can save a lot of people.
Kill the baby. Kill the baby.
You're going to kill the baby?
Kill the baby.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's a fine answer. Now, you saved a lot of people, but it is a baby, and we do need to know how you would do it. You're a time-traveling assassin. You got to kill this baby. How do you do it?
I think about a time machine, I'd get a seat further back.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to field this question, sir. He's requested to move back further into the crowd where we will still follow up on the question. No, it's cool. It's just a special. It's just a special. It's just my first ever 1 hour special, and yeah, so pretty much the fate of it rests on you now. If you have a good answer, it's going to a big platform. If you don't answer, it's going to Quibi. What would you do?
Sorry, what's the question?
How would you kill a baby? Gosh, it's not that complicated. If I was the time-traveling assassin, I don't think I would be able to kill a baby. And that's fine if you would kill a baby. I just don't think I would be able to. That's just me. But I do think I would panic and bring it back to the time machine. Show up in the present. They're like, why do you have a baby? I'm like, it's Hitler. Who's Hitler? I'm like, it worked. And now I just have baby Hitler? Is this why I never had kids? Was I meant to raise Hitler in the 21st century? I would try so hard to teach him to love. Find out if it's nature or nurture once and for all. He grows up, goes off to art school. I'm like, I'm so proud of you, baby Hitler. I still call him that. He calls me. He's like, I fell in love. I'm like, that away, baby. Love wins. I guess it is nurture over nature. A couple years later, he's like, she dumped me for a rabbi. I hate Jews. I'm like, easy, Hitler. Kanye was right. No, boy. That is not what we teach in the Zimmerman household. I'm actually not Jewish. A lot of people ask me if I'm Jewish because of my last name. I'm not. And that is something I would mention to Hitler just as a precaution. I didn't grow up with any real religion. My grandparents were super Christian, and my grandma, one of the first Christmases I can remember, she gave me one of the illustrated Bibles, all the greatest hits, you know the ones. Adam and Eve, the origin story of food shaming. I know when I eat apples, I'll smother them in peanut butter and honey. And afterwards, sometimes I'm like, I need to put clothes on. That was bad. That was naughty. I don't deserve happiness. But my favorite as a kid was always David and Goliath because, a little boy beats a giant. That's awesome. And looking back, that teaches a great lesson to kids, which is if your opponent is stronger than you, shoot them in the head. From a safe distance when they were not expecting it. Was that a fair fight, David, or a murder? I'm not sure. Not sure you can be the underdog if you're doing drive-bys. What'd you learn on that one, Joey? I learned that ranged weapons always defeat melee. Good.
I want to be happy, When I see somebody that's happy, I tend to get distracted. I watch them, and I saw this guy recently in public, and he had it. He was happy, and I was watching him, and finally I walked up to him and I said, "Sir, what's your secret, to life, to happiness?" I'll never forget what he said. He said, "I'm 7 years old." And I said, "Well, how'd you do that?" And he said, "I'm scared." And I said, "I'm scared too, man. It is a crazy, it's crazy out here, And I'll never forget the last thing he said as he ran away. He said, "Where's my mom?" What a deep kid, Yeah, where is my mom? Where is my mom right now? And to find out, I'll have to unblock her. Problem is, I don't know how to do that. I get into settings and I get all excited. I assume it's in general. I don't know. All I know is that I just end up changing my wallpaper.
I sold other stuff besides Jif. I sold Duncan Hines cake mixes. Yeah. Nobody's impressed. We had the #1 cake mix, okay? We had the #1 brand of cake mix. Yeah. We had the #3 frosting, and that was embarrassing. And we did some market research, and we found out people were baking Duncan Hines cake mixes and frosting them with Betty Crocker frosting, which it's not funny, sir. That's like saying, "Hey, I want to marry you, but I'm going to have kids with your brother." The other frosting was Pillsbury. I hate them. Like the Doughboy. Like their frosting was called Funfetti. Funfetti. Funfetti's a fraud. Basically, they had like 70 items, 68 were the same thing. Like it was all vanilla frosting with candy in it. Vanilla frosting with candy hearts. Vanilla frosting with candy guitars. Vanilla frosting with candy mermaids. You don't need all of those. Well, my daughter likes a variety. Well, your daughter needs to grow up. Like when I was a kid, we had variety. On your birthday, cake. On the other days, no cake. I sold Crisco shortening. That was a good product. We had a hard time coming up with like a health message there. The best we could do is at least we're not lard. But we introduced the greatest thing ever to happen in the shortening and oil category, Crisco sticks. It was a big deal. It was a very big deal. Basically, we took shortening and we put it in the form of a stick of butter. We wrapped it in foil. We put tablespoon markings on it so you could cut it instead of getting a measuring cup all greasy. And people were like, Greg, with all that extra packaging, it probably costs way more per ounce. I was like, way more. Let's be honest, though, you're eating shortening, okay? You do not have a lot of time left on this earth. Like, spend your money. Bake a cake and put cigarettes in it instead of candles. It doesn't matter. I sold orange juice. We had the Citrus Hill brand. Most of you guys probably don't remember it. We weren't there long, but everything that you guys enjoy in orange juice today, we came up with. Back in the day, there was a cardboard carton of orange juice, and to pour it, you had to unfold the top, and it got all soggy and gross, and then somebody put a screw-off spout on the side. You're welcome. Are we like? Yeah. So next time you're enjoying a glass of Minute Maid or Tropicana, pour a little out to show respect for the OG. Like, but my passion was peanut butter. It's important to me. What kind of peanut butter you eat, ma'am? Jif. Yeah, I could tell. You have beautiful skin. I can see these things. Yeah. What about you, sir? Jif. Yeah. You're not just saying that, right? You, sir? What do you eat? You don't eat peanut butter? Okay, you can go. We don't need you here, sir. You just don't like it? Yeah. About you, sir? Jif. Yeah. Anybody eat Skippy? You can tell me. You eat Skippy, ma'am? You eat Skippy. Stop. Hey, you don't. You eat Skippy? And you like the taste of it? Ma'am, you have COVID. It affects your taste buds, ma'am. You have the Skippy variant, and you better get that checked out, ma'am. What about you, sir?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. I don't like you, sir. I respect your confidence. Well, at least you eat peanut butter. I've heard a lot of excuses why people don't eat peanut butter. My son has a peanut allergy. We don't keep it in the house. Well, we did a lot of research at Procter & Gamble, and we found out that your son is a faker. I like almond butter. Do you? I mean, you're a hippie. That's fine, hippie. Go ahead and eat your almond butter or smoke it, whatever you do with it. I don't know how you buy it, because from what I understand, the grocery stores require shoes, hippie. You didn't buy it, did you? You got it from one of your hippie friends at a Fish concert. They pulled it out of their hobo bag. It was in a bottle that used to have patchouli in it. Probably traded it to him from some skirt that you made out of lawn clippings, hippie. Fine, hippie's got to eat, but... I've heard this, I prefer Nutella. You're eating a chocolate sandwich, okay? Just put a Hershey bar in between two pieces of bread. You can prefer it, but don't you dare call it lunch, okay? By the way, check your blood sugar. You're about 2 of those sandwiches away from a permanent ride on the Type 2 peanut goo choo-choo. Now listen, I said a lot of stuff here. I said some bad stuff about Peter Pan, I said some bad stuff about Skippy, and I meant it. I hate him, I hate him, but I respect him on some level. They've been in the game for a long time. They've been there. They were there before Jif. I respect them. There's some peanut butters think they can just jump in the game. Like Reese's. Remember when Reese's all of a sudden said, we're a peanut butter, I'm sure they were thinking, hey, we're a candy bar with peanut butter as a main ingredient. How hard could it be to be just peanut butter? Real hard. Reese's, okay? You're gonna find out what it's like to stand on your own. You don't have chocolate to hide behind over here. We're not playing trick-or-treat games. We are feeding families in this aisle. Just be a candy. That's what you are. Be a candy. You don't see Ring Pop trying to get in the jewelry business. I love Jif, I love peanut butter. There's only one product that I cared about almost as much, and that's Pringles. Pringles is a great product. We introduced it in 1968. It came out strong, and then the government got involved. They said, hey, you're not made of 100% potatoes. You're made up of corn and soy and wheat and potatoes. You can't call yourself potato chips. You have to call yourself potato crisps. And people are like, yeah, we still like them. And the government was like, they're not made of 100% potatoes. And people were like, yeah, we kind of figured that when they were uniformly stacked on top of each other in the perfect shape of a horse saddle. Those gummy orange slice candies? Not real oranges. We figured that out. Pringles are great for a couple of reasons. Number one, we protect our product. You ever go on a picnic with a bag of chips? One banana rubs up against it, you got potato dust. At Pringles, we built a cardboard fortress around our chips. Number two, efficient use of space. I'll say it again. Efficient use of space. You ever open a can of Pringles? Wall to wall, floor to ceiling, chip, 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 chip. You ever open a bag of Lay's? Air! You just bought air! That stuff does not belong in the snack aisle. It belongs in the balloon aisle because that's what you bought. A blown up balloon with 4 chips in the bottom of it.